Blessings, kings and queens. Yeah, this is Shakara reporting live from the National Kwanzaa put on by the Kwanzaa Network UK. I'm here in Hackney for the first National Kwanzaa. About 12 or over 12 different organizations and groups, including some individuals, came together to put on this particular Kwanzaa celebration. And basically, what I've decided to do for the 50th anniversary of Kwanzaa is to do a little reflection with regards to the principle of the day, every day, live via the Facebook. So you don't know, this has been one of the, the things that people have taken part in for the year. So we're going to use the technology to spread that Kwanzaa spirit. So as I said, right now, I've just come from hosting duties, I'm still here. I've just completed my hosting duties. I was hosting the first half of this first celebration for Kwanzaa 2016. Now, Kwanzaa, for those who may not be aware, is a 7-day celebration. In brief, and there is a principle for each day, a principle which is the focus for each day of Kwanzaa. And so today, being the first day of Kwanzaa, the principle that we focus on is the principle of Umoja. Umoja in Swahili means unity. And so this is the day that we focus on unity. And the definition for unity as regards to Kwanzaa is to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. Now, I had attempted to do this earlier in the day, but apparently people couldn't hear me, and there was some problem with it being posted on the Facebook. So I'm doing it again. This is my second attempt to do my little Shakara reflection for Kwanzaa on the first day. And so basically, just on the principle of the day, once again, to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. And this is a very important principle. It's the first principle of Kwanzaa for a reason, because all things that we strive for as a people are going to be accomplished on the basis of our unity, on the basis of our ability to come together with a united thought and action to achieve shared goals. Yeah. Now, first and foremost, the first thing that I want to do is really look at this definition and focus on one aspect of it: to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. I'm going to focus on the family because that is the most unitary particle, that is the most foundational aspect of our unity. And the reason being is because Kwanzaa is designed as a problem-solving initiative in our community. It's not designed to have us, in a euphoric state for the end of the year where we just eat, drink, and be merry. We're meant to focus on these principles in terms of strengthening ourselves as a nation of people and as individuals, in fact. And so the reason why I'm focusing on family is because I believe and I observe that in our community there is a gender warfare taking place, and gender warfare is really no foundation to build families. We're fighting against each other as black man and black woman, as African man and African woman. And I believe that this is really a ploy. I don't think it's an accident. If I look at a lot of the things that we watch on the television, whether it's the reality TV shows, the Real Housewives shows, or it's the popular dramas that we watch, whether it is the scandal or the empire, or the power, or whatever it is, the dramas that have blown up in recent years that black people have become famous for, not only acting in but writing. And I look at even the ones that we didn't act, that we didn't write but are acting in, and I see first and foremost that it's very, very difficult, very hard to find a black love relationship in any of these dramas. And if I look at the issues that are being, and the way these relationships play out between us in these dramas, I can see and identify, and I'm not going to go into it and break it down here, but for me, I can identify the fact that if I look into our real lives, it suggests to me that there is an aspect of us mirroring these what we look at on the television screen in terms of our relationships, the problems that we're facing in terms of being able to form good relationships. And if you can't form good relationships, then there is no such thing as family. So in saying that, I want to big up those who have taken it upon themselves, especially in the last year, to focus on the issue of building bridges and maintaining and developing positive relationships between black women and men. And I'm speaking specifically of people like the Naked Truth, you know, Sister Michelle and Brother Davis, who have initiated this thing called the Naked Truth, whereby they have a monthly event dedicated to bridging, creating bridges between us as black men and women, and not just in the intimate sense or the relationship sense, but even in the friendship sense, yeah, kings and queens. Because in my humble experience and opinion, I think that the better, as a black man, the better I can relate to black women in general, the better my prospect for being in a successful relationship will be. And I hope that makes sense. And I would suggest that would be the same for the reverse in terms of our sisters. And so in terms of the work that needs to be done in our community, people need to actively target this issue of black male-female relationships. And I'm focusing on black male-female relationships because I believe that there is a specific war against black male-female relationships, family planning, family building, and it feeding into the context of nationhood. Yeah, and you're going to hear more from me on this particular subject in the coming year, because I have some work to do on it myself, kings and queens. Except to say that, as a man, I believe that as men, we have a lot of work to rededicate ourselves to this issue of family and familyhood, and what needs to be done in terms of our families, kings and queens. Yeah, as men. All right, and in terms of unity, we have to do the work on ourselves and each other as men, so that we can meet our sisters in a ready fashion to be able to take on this work, kings and queens. Lastly, on the issue of unity, yeah, I was taught from young there's two forms of unity. There's principled unity, and then there's operational unity. Principled unity are the basic values, yeah, upon which a people unite, groups of people unite, yeah, the common goals, the common ideas, and the common moral compass, yeah, that defines a people's activity. And then there's operational unity, which is how a people put that what is principled into action in terms of developing goods, services, and institutions, yeah. And these are two aspects of unity. And so I find that in terms of how I was taught, in order for there to be operational unity, there has to be principled unity. There must be certain principles, certain values, certain standards that we hold ourselves accountable to and hold each other accountable to. Therefore, we must be able to trust that our brothers and sisters are trustworthy. But even before that, we have to make ourselves trustworthy. I find enough people talk about the issue of trust outside of themselves. Yeah, they speak about trust in terms of whether they can trust the people around them, and not whether they themselves are a trustworthy individual. Yeah, and I'm focused on that at the moment in terms of identifying, am I a trustworthy individual? Yeah, if I want to unify with my brothers and sisters and they want to unify with me, am I developing the kind of character within myself? Yeah, that puts them in no doubt that I am trustworthy and capable of unifying with them, kings and queens. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's on principled unity. Therefore, we have a moral compass that we can hold each other accountable to. If I'm holding myself accountable to something, I can therefore help and assist in holding my sisters and brothers accountable to certain things, kings and queens. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, these are just my reflections. I do want to say, lastly, that I think for me, myself personally, have some things that I would like to work on in the coming year with regards to making myself a better family man. Yeah, and I mean that in the extended family sense of the term, not just as a brother or a son, but as a brother in the communal sense, a godparent or a soul parent, as we would say in my faith, and these kinds of things. I have some work to do on myself in these regards, you know what I'm saying? And this is what Kwanzaa is about. It's about being able to assess, reflect, and project. So in reflecting on my own self in terms of the principle of unity and family, I've got some work to do. And there are certain conversations and certain amends and certain whatever that I need to be making between now and the coming year, and in the coming year, to be able to mend those bonds and become a better communal family participant, kings and queens. So this is the little Shakara reflection for this day, the first day of Kwanzaa Moja to strive for and maintain unity in the family, community, nation, and race. I'm going to be doing one for every day for the 7 days of Kwanzaa. So, you know what I mean? Stay tuned, follow me, and we're going to make it happen. It might be a little bit longer than this, like more time, like 5-10 minutes each. I say it go. But yes, Kings and Queens, I'm going to get back to the vibration right about now, right here in the Roundhouse in Hackney. Sorry, the Round Chapel, lad, in Hackney, where we are celebrating the first public Kwanzaa celebration for 2016. I do hope whatever you're doing right about now, wherever you are, you're blessed. And I would like to invite you down to Al-Kebulan Kwanzaa. You can just check the hashtag above this video, Al-Kebulan Kwanzaa. Click that. It's on the 30th of December. My organization is hosting that celebration, and I am hosting the second half of that celebration also. It's going to be ton up. Yeah, Mikela means on the bill. We've got the Al-Kebulan Children's Soul Force Panthers who bust it up last year. We also have the legendary Anum Ayapa, who's a poet, a spoken word artist. We have the Imashi African Dance Ensemble, which is the longest running African dance school in this country, Kings and Queens. Tasha and Makida, beautiful singer empresses on the bill, and also Asabi Hawa, powerful, soulful singer as well, Kings and Queens. You know what I mean? Enough things are going on. Natural Mystic on the ones and twos. It's going to be ton up. Yeah, so join man down there, Al-Kebulan Kwanzaa. It's going to be very levels. You don't know. And tomorrow is Kujichagulia, which means self-determination. That's going to be the Kwanzaa Nguzo Saba Ra reflection for tomorrow. So stay tuned. Blessings. Around here we say Tenda Mwadi.